Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to Playground Sessions. I'm Phil, and today we're going to be taking it back in time, learning how to play Don't You Forget About Me by Simple Minds. In this video in particular, I'm going to be showing you the chorus from the Playground Sessions intermediate arrangement. And that sounds a little something like this. 1, 2, set, go. Alright, let's start by breaking down the right hand first. When we take a look up at our music before we dive into playing, first we'll take a look at our key signature and then our time signature. Key signature has 4 sharps. That means that we're in the key of E major or C sharp minor. Remember, there are related keys. Every major has a relative minor. So here 4 sharps means F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp. So we're in the key of E major. Time signature, 4/4. Doesn't get more common than that. That's why it's called common time. And that means 4 beats per measure. Now let's talk hand position. Our first note of this section is our 5th finger on B. And our thumb is the next note, our 1st finger, on E. So we're going to be in a nice strong E major position right here. And don't forget, with our key signature there are 4 sharps, so the position actually looks like this. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, and B. Those are the 5 notes that we're going to be playing with in this section until we get to our final 2 measures. We're going to jump up to a new position. That's going to look like this, A position. So we'll play C sharps, and then we'll play E's. And that is an outline of the positions for this song. E major all the way through until we get to the last 2 measures, then we're going to jump up to an A major position. So what I want to do now is set my Playground Sessions metronome to a super slow tempo so that we can walk through each note and rhythm and hand position change and all that while I give you tips as we go. So I'm going to set it to 15 BPM. Let's go ahead and do that now. Get up into position, E major position. And we're going to start with a quarter rest. Rest. Here comes our B. Next note, thumb, or 1st finger, on E. We'll hold this for 2 counts, because it's a half note. Beginning of the next measure, we also start with a rest. Quarter rest. And then we have an 8th rest. Then our 3rd finger is going to play a G sharp, then 4th on A, back to G sharp, 2 on F sharp, thumb on E. So stepwise motion all the way down our E major position. Now we're resting for a whole measure, so 4 counts of rest. And our next measure, you see some more 8th notes, toggling back and forth between A and B. So let's get ready for that now, starting with 4th finger on A. Now 3 on G sharp, back to A, back to G sharp. One more time, A, G sharp, and then up to B with our 5th finger. Now look ahead. What do we see on our next line down? Boom, quarter rest. And this is going to be just like the beginning here. So we'll do B with 5, and then E with 1. Hold it for 2 counts. And then we will rest in our next measure, measure 6. And just like measure 2, measure 6 here is going to be the same. So we start with 3 on G sharp right now, up to 4 on A. Now we're going to walk down stepwise motion down to E. Now here's where we jump up in our new position. So A position, 3 finger on C sharp. Here we go. Good. Now we're going to rest. Keep our position the same. Rest for the final measure. Get ready to play an high E with our 5th finger. Ready? There we go, and we're going to end this section in the right hand with a final quarter rest. And there we have it. So do that with me as many times as you need to feel comfortable before going up to our medium tempo, so we can try this at about a half speed. Let's set our metronome to 68 BPM, and let's play along with the Playground Sessions backing track. This This is one of the cool things about our app and our experience here on YouTube, is you're playing with the song behind you instead of just a metronome. So let's try that now. Here we go. 1, 2, set, go. Rest, B, E. Another rest. Rest for 4 beats now. Now toggle A and G sharp. To B, look ahead. Rest, another B, E. Rest. G sharp A, G sharp, F sharp, E. Good. Now up, C sharp. And final E. Way to go. So all that's left now is to put this right hand together at the full speed, which is 100 BPM. Let's do it. 1, 2, set, go. Way to go. So why don't we get the left hand in the mix now and start talking about these chords. So in reality here in this section, we've only got 3 different chords, but we mix up the order of them a little bit as we go through these 8 measures. So before we look at any notes, just let's look at the chord symbols. The first one we have in measure 1 is E, E major. Measure 2, we go to a D major. Measure 3, we go to an A major chord, but it's in an inversion so that C sharp is on the bottom. So we call that A over C sharp. Those are our 3 different chords. As you see in measure 4, we go back to one of our old ones, D major. And then in our second phrase of this song, the second half, we go back to the same progression, E, D, A over C sharp. Our final chord is just another A over C sharp. That's why we don't have another chord symbol, because it's the same chord as the one we just played. So quickly here, let's look at each chord out of context of the song, and then we're going to play it. First is E major with our 1, 2, and 4 fingers. That's E, G sharp, and B with our 1, 2, 4 fingers. The reason we play it with those fingers is because our next chord, D major, is going to be with our 1, 3, 5 fingers. So between those 2 chords, this is like one master position, here to here. Only thing we need to move is our thumb from B of the E chord down to A of the D chord. Alright, our third chord is A over C sharp, so we're going to slide our hand a little bit further back to the back of the keys, so our pinky, 5th finger, can reach the C sharp. And there's that chord. And those are our 3 chords, E, D, and A over C sharp. So why don't we try this at a medium tempo of 62 beats per minute, and let's try walking through this. The rhythms are the same every measure, just a whole note chord for 4 counts played right on the downbeat. Doesn't get much simpler than that. So let's do this at the medium tempo, and then we'll speed it up full speed. Let's get up in position, E major with 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, set, go. And that's it. So try that as many times as you need to feel comfy, because what we're going to do now is kick it up to 100 BPM. 1, 2, set, go. Way to go! So now let's get these hands together. We got the right hand, we got the left hand individually. Let's talk about how to put them together so you can play this whole section. So I mentioned when we talked about the left hand part that the rhythms are the same for every measure. Whole note on the downbeat of every measure, and then we just play it for 4 counts. We hold it. So what that means for us now is we can divert most of our attention over to the right hand part. Okay? We've got some rests in the right hand. We're not always playing on beat 1. We've got some syncopations with 8th notes. so the right hand needs more of our attention when we put this part together. Left hand, you can kind of put on autopilot, but that's only if you've practiced with the left hand part we just did enough times to feel comfy. That's why it's important to do hands separately to start. So let's set our metronome to a medium tempo of 62, and we'll get up in position. E major chord in the left with 1, 2, and 4. E major position in the right hand. All right, let's try this. 1, 2, set, go. Left, now right. Left changes here again. All right. Left hand A over C sharp while right hand rests. And left hand back to D. Next line. Right hand up. Left hand same chord. Right hand high E. All right, way to go. So there we have it, medium tempo. We've got one step left. Do this hands together part at the full tempo of 100 BPM. And once we do that, guys, you'll have this whole section down for Don't You Forget About Me by Simple Minds. And after you get this part down, what's next? Well, head to playgroundsessions.com by tapping the card above at the top of this video player. Right there, I know you see it. That's going to take you to Playground Sessions to get the app so you can finish this song out, all the parts, as well as all the difficulty levels. This is the intermediate arrangement, but in the app we have Rookie and Advanced, not only for this song, but for all of our songs. All right, but let's put this together now at 100 BPM, the chorus to Don't You Forget About Me. Let's do it. 1, 2, set, go. Way to go, everyone. The features you saw on screen today can be at your fingertips with the Playground Sessions app. Co-created by music legend Quincy Jones, Playground teaches the piano with interactive feedback and gaming features, all while using your favorite songs. All right, guys, I'm Phil. Hit subscribe so I can see you for the next video.